Good morning, bunnies. Deploying into a Kaldari faction warfare as usual, and today we're actually going to be talking about the Minmatar. I believe I just shut off my audio, I hope. Sorry, I don't like team audio breaking in and interrupting my flow. So yeah, the Minmatar Republic. It's actually kind of difficult to piece together a lot of the Minmatar lore because for quite a while they were subjugated by the Amarrians. They originate from the planet Matar, well, after, of course, they came through the Eve Gate, and that's the planet they settled on. So anyway, after the whole fun Eve Gate bit, they settled on the planet Matar. That's where their colony originated from. They were mostly a nomadic people. Didn't really have many major cities for a while. Had cities, were still mostly nomadic people. Did manage to get into space. Did manage to get a few off-world colonies going before they were conquered. There are 7 tribes. I don't know how to pronounce all of the names, so I'm not going to pronounce them all. The major ones are the Thucker tribe, the Matar tribe, the Sebester tribe, the Starkmanar tribe. There are a couple other ones. Sorry if I'm forgetting your favorite, if you have one. The Minmatar fans are pretty picky. The main tribes currently there are actually 4 that consolidate to become the Republic itself. One of them is still the Minmatar Mandate. The Thucker tribe is still off on their own, being the Thucker tribe and not really wanting to be part of the rest of them. They basically saw the civilization itself and went, yeah, no thanks. We'll be fine on our own. And so they did. But they still kind of work together and stuff. But yeah, the majority of Minmatar's history breaks down into 3 major events. The first being the Day of Darkness, the second being the Rebellion, and the third is the Battle of... Yeah, I'm never going to pronounce that name properly. But basically it's the Minmatarian reclamation of their people and freeing them from Amarrian subjugation. But yeah, so the Day of Darkness was actually the day that a major storm went through on the Matari home planet, causing basically for them to lose communication with their outer colonies. Because of that, the Amarrians actually saw that coming because they were in space and used that as cover for their invasion. Excuse me. Sorry. So the Amarrians moved in with the help of one of the tribes and took over the Matari, the planet of Matari, subjugating the people. The second major event, and probably the most important of them, actually was a result of the Amarr's own overconfidence, shall we say. it resulted from the battle, the what is called the Amarr-Jovian War, which wasn't really a war. It was a single battle in which the Amarr got the crap kicked out of them. But the event was large enough that it disrupted most of the Minmatarian or the Amarrian patrols in the Amarr or the I can talk and run at the same time. It disrupted most of the. It disrupted most of the Amarrian patrols in the Minmatar sector of space, and allowed the Minmatar to put up a resistance and basically evict the Amarr from their space. And this was seen as, seen as a great day, basically. The Minmatar were really happy about it. Yeah, that was going to happen. The third event was the Minmatar coming in and basically taking on the Amarr face to face. It was June 10th. June 10th, YC-110. The Minmatars launched a massive attack on the Uli system, thanks to two different factors. The first was the Inserum. Inserum was basically the cure for Vitoxin. It was developed by the Ishikon Corporation. It was developed specifically to cure Vitoxin and was given away freely to the Minmatar people. This was done mostly because the CEO of Ishikon hated slavery. I mean, Caldari have long been, as said, or no, I haven't said that. They've long been an ally-ish of the Amarrians, mostly because the Amarrians were helping them against the Gallente in the Caldari-Gallente War, which we'll get into in another video. Excuse me. But the leader of the Ishikon Corporation basically thought that slavery in all of its forms was bad, whether that be forced slavery or through economic slavery, basically the way the Corps do it in Caldari space. He wasn't really a fan of that, and as such, he's run his corporation, his Caldari Megacorp, in such a way that the people are actually better off than they are anywhere else in Caldari space. But that's really notwithstanding anything. But yeah, so he developed Inserum and gave it to them. The second factor that allowed the Minmatar to attack both the Uli system and the Amarrian worlds was the Elder fleets. Now, the Elders are complicated, mostly because they're not really talked about. From what I can figure out from the lore, they are either the descendants of or are themselves the leaders of the 7 tribes from before the Amarrian invasion, which is a couple hundred years ago. Yeah. So they're really not discussed anywhere. other than in this specific incident saying that they came back and they took over. But yeah, so we have these Eldar fleets, which, when you actually look at them, were huge. Each fleet was led by a Titan, of a Ragnarok class Titan. It also had, as part of it, several super capitals and capital class ships. And then, yeah, I can think. Massive amounts of sub-capital ships. They were created in combination with they were created as a combination of Galente aid funds through the Minmatar Republic without the consent of the Minmatar Republic leaders, which kind of pissed them off when they found out about it. And then the Thucker tribe. Yes, that was the word I was searching for. The Thucker tribe. Now, because the Thucker tribe is the Thucker tribe, they really didn't care. So these two fleets were created, and, you know, people rejoice. Woohoo! No. The first fleet was actually spotted without the presence of the Titan in the Uli system about 2 weeks prior to the attack, and what issued a warning to the to Concord itself, saying that unless it what was the actual message? Basically, stay out of our business or else. Kind of a threat, and Concord didn't take that too well. Accused the Minmatar of threatening Concord and all this other fun stuff. The Minmatar denied knowledge because, of course, they had no idea what was going on. And then 2 weeks later, the fleets launched their attack. The first strike was against the Uli headquarters of Concord, and completely disabled their rapid response system, meaning that Concord was unable to speak with any of their ships in the field or coordinate their attacks. Concord has some really advanced ships and really advanced systems, but without their communication system, which was a zero delay fluid router hub, they really couldn't do anything effectively. And, well, that got doomsdayed by a Titan and just stopped working. That fleet then moved on to give me a sec. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Mechahos, the Mechahos system. While the other two fleets went to the Domain region and the Amatar Mandate region, spreading Insurum and basically destroying any Amarrian fleets that they could. At Mekahos, an assault began. The Amarrian forces retreated, but that was like a decoy for Jamal Sarum to come in and do her fun bit with the Terran weapon she had managed to get. After that fleet was destroyed, they pulled back, retreating into their own system. The Minmatar... almost done, sorry. The invasion of the Minmatar Mandate found the Starkmanar, I believe it was. Which they had thought was completely wiped out, but it turns out was actually being hidden by the Minmatar from the Amarrians, who had basically been intent to completely wipe them off the face of the map. Wow, we didn't do too well. Sorry, guys. Currently, the Minmatar Republic is being led by the tribal elders. They've basically done away with the previous parliamentary system because it doesn't really fit with the way the tribes prefer to work. And yeah, that's the basics of Minmatar lore. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.